God's advice today. Have you ever felt that God is trying to speak to you, yet in the busyness of life, His signs go unnoticed? This message invites you to pause, reflect, and open your heart. Perhaps this is exactly what you needed to hear today. Watch until the end with openness, and if these words touch you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to receive more messages like this. Don't forget to check the pinned comment for a 1-minute prayer and a recommended message to help strengthen your faith even more. God said, "My son, listen carefully, for you did not arrive at this moment by accident. Every second you have lived has led you to this divine encounter that I prepared before you even breathed for the first time. For as it is written, before I formed you in the womb I knew you, and before you were born I set you apart." Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. I saw your pain, your silent nights of tears, your prayers you thought were ignored. None of them were lost, all of them reached my heart. I was with you when your strength failed, when your hope nearly evaporated, when you believed the world moved on without noticing your struggle. But I was never distant, never absent. You feel ready for a deep change in your life and in the lives of those you love, don't you? Sometimes, all it takes is one small step of faith to open the doors of abundance, peace, and the blessings I have already reserved for you. A simple 1-minute prayer can become the beginning of a spiritual journey that transforms the inside and reflects on the outside. If you desire to attract more light, balance, and prosperity, both spiritual and material, click on the link in the first comment. There you will find a simple practice, guided with love, to help you connect more deeply with my divine presence in your life. Today, I place my hand upon your heart to declare that nothing was in vain. Every tear watered the soil where I now cause something new to grow. Every loss prepared you for what is coming. Every battle shaped the strength you carry today. I am beginning a movement of restoration so deep that it will reach even the roots you believed were destroyed, healing memories, rebuilding the areas of your soul that were in ruins, bringing life where the enemy tried to sow death. This is the moment heaven has appointed for you. Accept it, receive it, for what I begin now will transform your story beyond anything you can imagine. Comment, I trust in God, who sees and cares for my heart. There are moments when heaven leans so intensely over someone's life that even the air seems to carry revelation, and this is one of those moments reserved especially for you. When I saw you tired, exhausted, suffocated by burdens you carried in silence while you tried to smile outwardly and endure inwardly, I was already moving invisible pieces in the spiritual realm, pieces no human eye could see. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34 verse 18. And that is what I did for you. While people judged you without knowing your story, I defended you. While you believed you had been left alone, I covered you with my arms. When you thought nothing made sense, I was building paths you were not yet able to see. Nothing was accidental. Every tear, every silence, every difficult night became raw material for what I am about to bring forth. Today I tell you, I am reorganizing your story, undoing hidden traps, dismantling silent attacks, breaking negative words spoken against your purpose. What seemed impossible will begin to realign before you. Comment, I trust that God guides me to peace and victory. My son, remember what is written, if God is for us, who can be against us? Romans chapter 8 verse 31. When I decide to move my hand over someone's life, no human force, no envy, no hidden scheme, and no shadow can remain standing. What seemed unbreakable begins to fall at the simple breath of my spirit. I soften hardened hearts, expose hidden intentions, tear down barriers raised against you, and destroy snares designed to hold you back. Doors the enemy kept shut for years will open as if they had never been locked. Remember, I am the God who changes diagnoses, who reverses decrees, who shifts destinies, who turns tears into songs of victory. You thought no one saw your silent battles, your nights of pain, your weary thoughts, but I saw everything. Nothing escaped my eyes. And because I saw, today I declare over you, your time of change has arrived. It will not be superficial, it will not be a temporary relief, but a deep realignment that transforms your vision, your strength, your faith, and your destiny. Comment, I trust in the love of God, He is my refuge. My son, as it is written, behold, I am with you and will keep you wherever you go. Genesis chapter 28 verse 15. This promise is being fulfilled in your life at this very moment, because the night that surrounded you has already begun to lose its strength, and a new morning is rising for you in the spiritual realm. The blessings I prepared long ago are now beginning to move toward you, unlocking paths that once seemed closed and bringing answers your heart no longer expected. Victories that once felt distant are becoming real, because I myself remove every barrier that kept you from advancing. Those who doubted you will witness my power, and those who belittled your dreams will watch what I cause to flourish in your story. And you, my son, will understand that nothing happening in your life is luck or coincidence, but the result of my constant care, my faithful love, and my presence that never departs. Today I tell you, steady your steps, lift your head, and receive what I have prepared, for the appointed time has come, the time when you will see with your own eyes that I am God in your life. Did you know that there is an effective method to attract greater financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-seated beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It had a profound impact on my life, and we would like to invite you to explore this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you would like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment, so you can discover how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We deeply appreciate your trust and support. Many times you looked around and saw no way out. You felt cornered, misunderstood, exhausted, yet while you cried, I was already preparing your deliverance. While you slept, I aligned paths you could not see. While fear gripped your heart, I strengthened your spirit. Not a single tear of yours fell without purpose. I use every pain, every fall, every scar as material to build spiritual authority within you. I am transforming your wounds into testimony, your sorrow into strength, your waiting into abundant harvest. What once paralyzed you will now become the fuel that lifts you higher than you ever imagined. You will rise from places where others expected you to fall, because I am writing a story in your life that no human hand can erase. Trust that the pressure you felt was not meant to crush you, but to shape you. Trust that the darkness you walked through was not a punishment, but preparation. I am turning your cries into songs, your valleys into pathways of glory, your silence into answers that will echo through generations. Nothing in your journey will be wasted, everything is being woven into purpose. Comment, I trust in the love of God, He is my refuge. My beloved child, My word declares, behold, I make all things new, Revelation chapter 21 verse 5, and I speak this over you now. My voice crosses impossible distances, reaching the hidden corners of your heart, those places you've concealed even from yourself. I know the wounds you tried to ignore, the dreams you left behind, the hopes you assumed had died. This moment is the answer to the silent cries you prayed in secret nights. When I touch someone, everything shifts. Chairs of limitation break, doors long shut swing wide, and enemies melt like shadows beneath the rising sun. No opposing force can stand when my light arrives, because my presence uproots what darkness tried to plant. I am healing memories, breaking spiritual chains, renewing your vision, and awakening what was dormant. You will feel the weight of old burdens fall from your shoulders, and the clarity of my purpose will fill your mind like dawn breaking after years of fog. What once seemed impossible will unfold before you as testimony of my power. This is your season of divine renewal, and nothing can stop what I have begun. Comment, I trust in the love of God, He is my refuge. Child, what was lost will begin to be restored with such intensity that words will fail you. People around you will offer explanations, coincidence, luck, random favor, but you will know it was the movement of my hand. I am unraveling traps that were set against you, restoring opportunities that slipped away, rebuilding what you believed was over. Nothing can harm the one I choose to protect. No strategy, no lie, no plan forged in darkness can withstand the breath of my presence. Where I step in, shadows flee immediately. I am not only defending you, I am honoring you. I am not only guiding you out of the valley, I am elevating you to higher places. You will feel the restoration flowing through areas of your life that you thought were permanently broken. Relationships, purpose, confidence, clarity, one by one, I breathe life into them again. You will stand in places you once feared, strengthened by a peace that does not belong to this world. Every setback will be reversed, every delay redeemed, every loss reinterpreted within my perfect timing. I am restoring your story as only I can. My child, as it is written, He who began a good work in you will complete it. Philippians chapter 1 verse 6. I do not merely start stories, I finish them in glory. Today I declare over you a time of turning, of harvest, of advancement. Chains that held you for years are breaking even now. Doors that remained shut for seasons are opening under my word. Walls that blocked your progress collapse before my presence. This is the moment when years of waiting converge into fulfillment. Heaven is moving on your behalf. Angels have been released to accomplish what I spoke over your life. I surround you with strength that does not come from this world. I align promises, opportunities, connections, and revelations in ways you could have never imagined. What felt stagnant will suddenly accelerate. What felt heavy will become light. What felt distant will appear within reach. I am restoring your courage, renewing your passion, and awakening the calling that has always been yours. You will walk into the completion of what I began, and nothing will stop my word from unfolding. What felt heavy will become light. What felt distant will appear within reach. I am restoring your courage, renewing your passion, and awakening the calling that has always been yours. You will walk into the completion of what I began, and nothing will stop my word from unfolding. Listen, my child, for what I am about to tell you is not born of illusion, nor does it emerge from mere emotion. It flows directly from my heart to yours, porque eu six cada de tal do que tens enfrentado. The traps that were set against you are collapsing. The schemes formed in darkness are being shattered right now. No curse, no negative word, no envy, no spiritual assault has power to withstand the force of my outstretched hand. You have been chosen for victories that will leave many astonished, victories that will silence tongues that doubted you and glorify my name. And hear me well, this is not something distant, postponed, or dependent on ideal conditions. The heavens are moving in your favor in this very moment, not tomorrow, not later, not when the world decides to acknowledge you. I act according to my purpose, and when I step into a situation, no enemy, no circumstance, no voice of opposition can resist what I decree. You have been underestimated, overlooked, and discredited, but even those who dismissed you will witness what happens when I decide to raise a child of mine. The impossible becomes the stage for my glory. Where there was impossibility, I create passage. Where there was heaviness, I bring breakthrough. And while you listen to these words, my presence already begins to settle over your spirit like a mantle of certainty. I have seen your silent battles, the ones no one else would understand even if you tried to explain, the ones fought in the secret corners of your mind and heart. I watched the tears that never reached the outside world, the cries muffled into a pillow when the weight of the journey felt unbearable. None of that escaped my attention. Each tear was collected in my hands, each pain was written in my book. I never ignore the cry of one who calls on me with sincerity. I never abandon the one who trusts me, even when everything appears to crumble. And today, I tell you with authority, it is time to begin again. Not a small beginning, not a fragile or uncertain restoration, but a powerful recommencing marked by my promise and sealed by my presence. What seemed dead will live again. What you thought was gone forever will rise in ways that exceed understanding. I will touch your wounds, and the scars that once reminded you of pain will become symbols of strength. I will exhale upon your dreams, and what you thought had lost its breath will revive. When I decree life, no voice can decree death. When I speak resurrection, no darkness can maintain decay. This moment marks the beginning of a divine turning point. And although circumstances may scream the opposite, although situations may try to convince you that nothing will change, my word remains above all things. Even if many say it is over, I declare that it is only the beginning. What I prepare for you is not confined to your imagination. I go beyond, I overturn, I confront, and I glorify my name through your victory. No fortified gate of iron can resist the touch of my power when I decide to open a path for you. No heart, no matter how hardened, can remain closed when I move. Those who have waited with faith will harvest. Those who cried will experience abundance. Those who remained firm despite adversity will see my arm rise in their favor. This is the moment in which I transform captivity into freedom, desolation into garden, shame into honor, scarcity into abundance. My hand rests upon you, and no one can revoke what I have established. Every force that attempted to stop you loses its grip. Every invisible chain that held you down begins to break. Every spiritual barrier crumbles before my presence. There is no diagnosis too strong, no verdict too final, no opposition too dominant to contradict my will. Everything that was held back, spiritually, emotionally, materially, is being released right now. I want you to understand, no chain, whether built in the invisible world or in the tangible one, can resist my power. No human opinion, no authority, no threat can stand above what I have spoken. When I stretch my hand, the universe adjusts. When I command, creation obeys. I am God, and when I place my hand upon something, no creature, no government, No spiritual force has permission to undo what I have decided. The winds shift when I breathe. The course of history bends when I write a new chapter. What seemed unreachable becomes attainable when I choose to deliver it into your hands. What seemed too high becomes accessible under my command. This is not the work of chance or emotion. This is my perfect plan unfolding with divine precision, aligning events, hearts, and circumstances to fulfill what I destined for you before you were even born. And as all this takes place, your name is being spoken in heavenly places, places you never imagined entering, places you thought were reserved only for others. My angels move in silence, preparing the ground, removing obstacles, dissolving chains, and opening doors. If you could see the invisible realm right now, you would understand the magnitude of what is shifting. You are on the edge of repositioning, a transition not into a small improvement, but into a completely new time, a season marked by favor, honor, and abundant harvest. Nothing will stop what I have initiated. No evil will touch you, because my hand is shield, wall, and fire around you. And my protection is not only external, I strengthen you inwardly. I fortify your spirit so that no blow can break you. I lift you so that no opposition can pull you down. Every step of your journey until now, every tear, every struggle, every weight, has been building the foundation of what I am about to manifest. I do not give fragile blessings, I give blessings capable of enduring storms. I do not build on sand, I build on rock. I do not raise something to watch it crumble, I establish what I raise. And what I am establishing in your life will not be shaken, will not be taken, and will not be reversed. So listen deeply, because this moment is sacred. You are standing before the beginning of the fulfillment of promises that seemed distant. You are stepping into the realization of things you once believed were too great for you. But nothing is too great for the child in whom I delight. I saw your faithfulness when others overlooked it. I saw your heart when others misjudged it. I saw your effort when no one applauded. And I tell you now, nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been ignored. Nothing has been unseen. I am the God who vindicates, who restores, who elevates. And you are about to see with your own eyes what I have been preparing in secret. The same places where you were humiliated, you will be honored. The same places where you were rejected, you will be remembered. The same places where you were despised, you will be celebrated. This is my promise, and my promise never fails. My child, step forward with confidence. The season of collapse has ended. The season of glory has begun. When I place my hand upon your life, everything changes. Nothing remains as it was, because my touch never leaves anything in the same condition it was found. This is your time to move forward, to raise your head, and to believe in what I have spoken, even if everything around you seems to contradict my promises. My word does not bend under circumstances, nor does it break under pressure. It stands firm with eternal authority. When I speak, reality is reshaped to align with my decree. What once felt like a hopeless ending will become the very testimony that lifts your voice and your faith. The shadows you walked through will no longer define your story, because I am turning every detail into a beacon of victory. Let your heart understand this truth. When I declare a season of triumph, that triumph is not a possibility, it is a divine certainty. No darkness, no plan of the enemy, no opposition from any realm can undo what I am sealing upon your life in this very moment. I am rewriting what many believed was already concluded, and the ending I am writing will astonish those who doubted the strength I planted inside you. What appeared to be a fall will soon rise as the very platform from which I will elevate you. The pain that once felt unbearable is being transformed into unbreakable strength, forged in the fire of endurance and refined by the love I have for you. I have never lost control, not even for a second, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can overturn what I create with my own hands. When I lift someone up, there is no force on earth, no scheme of hell, no whisper of accusation capable of bringing that person down. I make kingdoms tremble when I move. I silence mocking voices that once laughed at your journey. I break the power of accusation spoken in secret. I cancel lies that were designed to wound your identity. Every stone thrown against you becomes a stepping stone that leads you higher. What once caused you shame will become the very stage where my glory exalts your name. The contrary winds that tried to paralyze you are now commanded to push you forward, carrying you to a level of purpose and visibility that many will not be able to comprehend. What was once meant to destroy you will be the very thing that propels you into the destiny I designed long before your first breath. Today I speak with divine authority, and nothing can stop the victory that has already been written into your destiny. Doors that were slammed in your face will open with double strength. Paths that seemed blocked will be cleared with grace and supernatural favor. Promises that appeared distant are being accelerated by the breath of my Spirit. I do not give small blessings. When I move, I establish blessings that touch generations, not moments. Listen to those who mocked your waiting, those who accused you of dreaming too high, those who dismissed your silent faith. At the very place where disbelief built walls, my faithfulness will raise monuments of testimony. And every person who doubted will witness what I am doing with you. Your story will not be lost or overshadowed. It will be remembered as a living example of what happens when heaven intervenes with unstoppable power. Every prayer you whispered in the dark, every tear you shed when you could not understand my timing, every moment you chose to believe even without evidence, none of it has gone unnoticed. I have gathered each tear as a precious offering, and I am now turning them into the rain that will water your harvest. I have taken note of every hidden sob, every desperate act of faith, every breath filled with fierce hope. Now the time has come when the invisible will manifest with unmistakable power. Promises written in the scrolls of heaven are coming to life, unfolding before your eyes and before the eyes of all who once doubted you. Your hands will finally hold what you once believed was unreachable. Your voice, once silenced by fear and exhaustion, will rise and echo like a song of victory in the very valleys that once swallowed your strength. Your steps, once shaky and unsure, will now walk with confidence over the same terrain that used to make you stumble. The strength you believed you lacked is now wrapping around you like a mantle woven from glory. You will no longer be identified by the pain of your past, but by the power that lifted you from it. The giants that once intimidated you will be reduced to dust before my power. The weight that pressed upon your chest will be cast far away, to places where it can no longer touch you. Everything that kept you chained to fear is losing its authority over your mind, over your emotions, and over your purpose. The fear that bound you will shatter. The anxiety that once stole your peace will be replaced by a deep, immovable trust rooted in my presence. I am your safe refuge, your unshakable fortress, the banner of triumph raised high so that all may see you belong to me. You will be honored where you were once humiliated. You will be celebrated in places where you were forgotten. You will be lifted in the very spaces where they tried to erase your presence. I am tearing down the labels that were forced onto you, labels that said, defeated, insignificant, abandoned. I am replacing them with my truth, victorious, chosen, beloved, called. Where they whispered that your story was over, I am proclaiming a new and glorious beginning. Where they said it was too late, I am creating a moment of divine acceleration. Where they assumed you would break, I am showing that you are unbreakable because I stand with you. No voice of doubt will have power over what I am establishing. No opinion of man can override my decree. No timeline built by human expectation can restrict the pace of what I am unfolding. The heavens are stirring, moving with intentional force on your behalf. What was blocked is being unlocked in this very moment. Resources you believed were out of reach are beginning to flow toward you. The right people, destined to walk with you, are being positioned with precision in your path. Opportunities you once considered impossible are aligning with divine accuracy. I do not act with negligence or hesitation. Every movement I make is deliberate and perfect. And in this perfection, I want you to remember something. Not one moment of your hopeful waiting was wasted. Every second you chose to believe in the dark, every sigh of trust, every silent declaration of faith, these have built an unshakable foundation for what I am constructing in your life now. What you sowed in tears will be reaped in songs of overwhelming joy. The fruit of this season will be as enduring as the rock upon which your new path is established. Nothing spoken against you can stand in the presence of what I am releasing. Every false word collapses. Every chain breaks. Every limitation dissolves. I am rewriting the story, reshaping the outcome, and restoring what was stolen with abundance. Now breathe deeply, because this is the moment heaven has prepared for you. The transformation you are stepping into is not a small shift. It is a divine overturning. Your spirit is being strengthened, your identity restored, your future realigned. Mountains will move before you. Valleys will rise to meet your feet. Storms that once terrified you will now obey the sound of my command. I am not merely healing your wounds, I am reshaping your destiny. I am lifting you from the ruins of the past and establishing you in places built with purpose, honor, and glory. You are stepping into provision that will overflow. You are entering a season where every step you take will testify of my faithfulness. You will walk with clarity, speak with authority, and stand with confidence because my presence surrounds you. Every breath you take now echoes victory. Every moment you live from here forward will reflect the reality that heaven has intervened. And no matter who rises against you, no matter what tries to resist my plan, nothing will overcome the power of what I have spoken. For when I move, nothing can remain the same. When I decree, nothing can reverse my word. This is your moment. This is your rising. This is the beginning of the victory I have written for you. When my hand rests upon your life, nothing remains the same. Every circumstance shifts, every atmosphere changes, every chain that once pulled you downward begins to break under the weight of my authority. This is your moment to move forward, to lift your head, and to believe in everything I have spoken, especially when the world around you insists on contradicting what I said. My word is not a human idea, nor a fragile wish spoken into the wind. My word is a living seed, carrying its own power to fulfill what I command it to do. It does not return to me empty. When I declare victory over your life, that victory is not a suggestion, nor a distant hope, it is a decree sealed in the heavens. No force of darkness, no hidden plan, no whisper of opposition can invalidate what I am releasing over you right now. What many believed would end in defeat will be remembered as a testimony of triumph, because I transform endings into beginnings and battles into breakthroughs. You may have walked through seasons where you felt forgotten, where you believed your tears were invisible, But I tell you now, none of it was unnoticed. Every pain you endured is being translated into strength, and every shadow you fought through is becoming a stage for my glory. What once looked like a fall will rise as the very platform from which I will elevate you. Nothing you lived was wasted. The pain that once felt unbearable is becoming unbreakable strength within you. I am shaping, refining, and building you with precision. I have never lost control. Not for a second did circumstances overpower my plan. No one, absolutely no one, can undo what I create with my own hands. When I choose to exalt someone, no earthly force and no power from the depths can bring that person down. I shake kingdoms when I move, silence mocking voices that once laughed at you, cancel accusations whispered in darkness, and overturn lies designed to harm you. Every stone thrown at you, every word meant to injure, every attempt to belittle you, I transform it all into steps that lift you higher. Shame will no longer be the label others place on your journey. Instead, it will become the backdrop against which your exaltation shines. The winds that once blew against you with force now shift direction to push you forward. What was previously an obstacle becomes momentum. What others believed would paralyze you is becoming the very thing that propels you into a dimension many will not even understand, because my ways are higher than theirs and my plans extend beyond what human eyes can perceive. Today I speak with divine authority, and nothing can hinder what has already been decreed in your favor. Doors that slammed shut will open with twice the strength. Paths that once seemed impenetrable will become smooth before your feet. Promises that felt distant and unreachable are now being accelerated by my breath. I do not give small blessings. I give blessings that mark generations long after your footsteps fade from the earth. I saw who laughed at your waiting, who mocked the dreams I placed inside you, who dismissed your silent faith. And I tell you, in the very place where disbelief constructed walls, my faithfulness will construct monuments of testimony. Your story will not fade into the forgotten corners of time. It will be told, retold, and remembered as an example of what happens when heaven intervenes with power. Every prayer that rose from your heart in the quietest moments, every tear you cried when you couldn't understand my timing, every time you whispered trust even when your strength was nearly gone, each of these moments has been collected by me. Your tears are not lost. They are seeds that have watered the ground where your harvest is now growing. The unseen battles you fought, the silent victories no one witnessed, the hidden faithfulness you offered even when hope felt thin, all of this is rising now as a testimony of my unwavering presence. I have taken note of every muffled sob, every gesture of desperate faith, every breath carrying fierce, stubborn hope. Now the time has come when everything invisible will manifest with undeniable strength. Promises written in heavenly scrolls are stepping into the visible world. They are unfolding before your eyes, and the eyes of those who once doubted what I placed inside you. Your hands will finally hold what once seemed far beyond your reach. Your voice, once silenced by fear and uncertainty, will become a song of victory echoing in the very valleys where silence once reigned. Your footsteps, once hesitant and trembling, will now walk boldly across the same places that once caused you to stumble. The strength you thought you lacked is wrapping around you like a mantle woven from glory. You will no longer be defined by the pain of your past, but by the power that raised you from it. The giants that once intimidated you will crumble into dust at the weight of my presence. The burdens that once suffocated your spirit will be thrown far away, into places where they can no longer reach you. The chains of fear are breaking, the shackles of anxiety are falling, and the shadows that once chased you are losing their grip. Nothing that once kept you in prison will have authority over you again. Fear will lose its voice over your life. Anxiety will lose its ability to steal your peace. In their place, I am establishing a trust so deep and unshakable that not even storms will be able to move you. I am your shelter, your fortress, your banner of triumph lifted high for all to see. You will be honored where you were humiliated. You will be celebrated in places where you were forgotten. You will be lifted high in the very spaces where they once tried to erase your presence. I am ripping away the labels they placed upon you, labels that read defeated, insignificant, abandoned. I am replacing them with my truth, victorious, chosen, beloved, established. Where they whispered forgotten, I proclaim chosen. Where they said it was over, I declare a new and glorious beginning. Where they dismissed your worth, I reveal your divine purpose. No voice of doubt will stand against my word. No opinion of man will override my decree. No timeline shaped by human expectation will dictate the pace of what I am accelerating in your life. You are stepping into a season where the world will witness what I have been building in secret. You will shine in places where you were once hidden. You will rise where you once fell. You will walk through doors that once seemed sealed shut, and you will occupy spaces you once feared to dream of. The heavens are stirring. Movement surrounds your name. Everything is shifting on your behalf. What was blocked is being unlocked at this very moment. Resources that once seemed unreachable are beginning to flow toward you with precision. The right people are being positioned in your path. Opportunities you once considered impossible are aligning with divine accuracy. I do not act carelessly. Every movement I make is intentional and perfect. And within this perfection, I remind you, not one moment of your hopeful waiting was wasted. Every heartbeat of faith, every second you chose to believe against all evidence, every breath of trust in the darkness, these have built an unshakable foundation beneath your feet. What you sowed in tears you will reap in overwhelming joy. The fruits of this time will be as enduring as the rock upon which your new path is built. No accusation will stand against what I am releasing. No lie will survive my truth. No barrier will resist my power. What once opposed you will fall. What once delayed you will accelerate. What once seemed impossible will become undeniable testimony. I am restoring, rebuilding, renewing, bringing life where there was none, strength where there was weakness, and hope where there was silence. This is the moment I have prepared for you. The transformation unfolding is not small, it is a divine overturning of everything that once limited you. I am not just healing your wounds, I am rewriting your destiny. I am lifting you from the ruins of the past and establishing you in places built with purpose, honor, and glory. You are stepping into a season of abundance, of clarity, of spiritual authority. Every step forward will testify of my faithfulness. You will move with confidence, speak with power, and stand with strength because my presence surrounds you. The breath you take now echoes victory. The path you walk now reflects restoration. The future unfolding before you is marked by my hand. Nothing will remain the same. Nothing will go backward. Nothing will diminish. For when I declare, it stands. When I promise, it manifests. And when I decide to act on behalf of my beloved, no force in existence can stop the move of heaven. This is your rising. This is your breakthrough. This is the beginning of the victory I wrote for you before time began. With love.